Going forward, what do you feel is the greatest need for this team?
Need, well, there's not more than one need, obviously. You know, the most important thing for me, and you'll see in the playoff, depth. That's what get you through the playoff. And you don't bring bring depth at the deadline. You got to bring that through your draft, through your young prospect coming through. So the mindset, the game plan stays the same. I'm staying pat. I made it clear from day one, I want to make this team good for years to come, just not for 1 year. So always look at all the options possible, but depth and character and speed is what you need to reach your ultimate goal. So there's no magic recipe, and there's nobody's going to give you nothing. You just got to go, and the best way to get these type of players is through the draft and to bring them along throughout your organization.
Do you feel there are any immediate holes that you have to fill with, say, a free agent or?
Free agent, I mean, like again, right now there's players that become UFA that we have to sit down and make decision. So there'll be holes to be filled. Always going to look at within our organization first if these guys could step up and do it. If not, we're going to look through free agency, but you don't build a championship team through free agency. It's not going to happen. It never happened. Well, I believe in balance. We do have a small team, but we're a fast team. We're a young team. You don't change the makeup of a team overnight, and it takes a long time to change the makeup of a team. So obviously there's 29 other teams that want to be big, fast, and strong, but that's easier said than done. So, but balance is very important. You can't win with all big guys, and you can't win with all small guys. So, character comes into play. I don't care how big you are. If you have no character, you're not going to succeed. And you look at a guy like Brendan Gallagher, one of the smallest guys in the league, but character off the chart. So, we'll need a balance, and that's my job moving forward, to bring balance to our club.
You mentioned Brendan Gallagher, who got a Calder Trophy nomination. In a sense, you did too today. Congratulations on the nomination for GM of the Year. What does that mean to you and to the team that you surrounded yourself with, that honor of being a finalist?
Well, Brendan earned it. I mean, he came in training camp. Well, it was a short training camp, really a week training camp. He didn't even play the first game. He sat out. It was an LT scratch. And after that, I mean, he came in, and as you all know, the way he performed this year, I mean, forget about taking a night off. This kid never took a shift off. I mean, he's got character off the chart. He's not big, but he's always in the paint. He gives everything he has every night, every shift. So, and he's a kid. He's a young player. So this is a building block for us that we didn't expect to be this good. But when I say character, you could mark a 10 under his character on 10.
But for you and for your hockey ops team, what did the nomination for GM of the Year mean to you?
For me, well, it had to be a GM to get an award, and everyone as a player. So doesn't say much about me as a player. Well, first of all, I wouldn't be getting this award if it wasn't for first of all the job Michel did this year and our players. So obviously. Yeah, they named me, but they really named the Montreal Canadiens. That's what they're naming. So, yeah, I'm flattered because Bob Murray and Ray Shero are bright hockey people. So it's, yeah, I guess I'm flattered. When Kerry talked to you guys, it's after we lost. It's after he got hurt. And it's after he didn't feel he performed up to his potential. So, and he's all aware of that. And so the first step is that, you know, he faced the music, which to me that shows characters. That's first. Now, as a player, former player, there's time where I had a hard time. Actually, I had more than good times. But you overreact and you overthink your performance. What can you do better? You know, what went wrong? So, you know, and Kerry did that. You know, to you guys, he opened up, which is it shows that he wants to get better, and he knows he's got to take his game to the next level. That could be an option for him, but to me, there's no doubt in my mind. It's, you know, I don't want to make this a big problem because goalies mature later. The first players that matures are the wingers. After that, the centermen, the defensemen, and the last ones are the goalies. And if a centerman, if a forward plays a bad game, unless you really pay attention, lots of time it comes unnoticed. And if a defenseman has a bad game or a really bad shift, it becomes a scoring chance. But if a goalie has a bad game or a bad period, it's a goal. So it's obvious. It's like flashing. So that's why they're more exposed. But players have rough patches, and you get away with it. You could still win. But if a goaltender has a tough period of time, usually, it's the results are not very good. So that's why the pressure is higher. That's why they mature older. And Carey's still in the process to mature as a young goaltender. But I have 150% faith into Carey Price. PK had a really good season, and he earned the right to have the nomination for the Norris. But he's still a young defenseman. And as a hockey person, when I watch, he's like a lot of the young kids. He has still a lot to learn. I mean, he's good. He's real good, but he could even be better. So it's a working process with him. And so far this year, we're happy. The direction he went.
Also related to the injury to Yemlin was, it seemed like at that point the play of Markov started to slip, and as we went further, it started to seem like he got a little slower or looked tired, frankly. Is there a concern going forward that he'll be able to survive a full season and maintain the level of play he had at the beginning of the season?
That's a good question, but there's two things that happen with the short season now. You play less game, but you had less rest. So you play more game, but you have more rest. So does it evens out at the end of the day? You know what I mean? Like we had 4 and 6, 3 and 4, and I mean I was not playing and I was tired just traveling with these guys. So I could just imagine how hard it was. So and Emmy is a good player. He's a strong defenseman, and these two played well together. So was it because Emmy was out? I mean, I don't know. I mean, when I was in St. Louis and I was playing with Al McInnes, I went out, but he still played well. I believe in accountability, and I believe in. And Michel said first, there's no excuses. I mean, we could talk all day long about the guys we lost. It's not good enough for me. We have to find a way. We're not good enough. So I think we set the tone from day one that guys that don't play as a team and have their own agenda won't be part of this team. So, and that's not going to change.